You're gonna be totally blown away by what he did for this kitten. He took in a stray cat that had 4 kittens, but one was too weak and got left behind by its mom. By the time he found it, the kitten was already frozen stiff. But this guy wouldn't give up on the little life. He tried CPR on the kitten. A few minutes in, the kitten moved. He quickly warmed up some water for a hot bath to get its temperature back up. 3 minutes later, he noticed the kitten was only breathing out, not in. He thought something might be blocking its nose. So, doctors would be shocked. How loving is this guy? He actually sucked the blockage out of the kitten's nose with his mouth. But the kitten still wasn't doing great, so he kept on with the rescue effort. Non-stop, his kindness doesn't stop there. Originally, he opened a small shop in the countryside. One day, he saw a stray cat at his doorstep, adding a bit of fun to his mundane life. He gave it a sausage, and that set fate in motion. Night after night, the stray cat showed up at his door. Some even sneaked into the shop and stole sausages, but he never shooed them away. Money was tight for him, having borrowed from relatives to start his shop, but he was always generous with the stray cats, always preparing hearty meals for them. Days later, other strays got wind of it and started showing up at his shop. New strays would come by every so often. He bought mats and cleared a space for the pregnant strays, making it their home. He couldn't just walk by a stray cat. He couldn't bear to see such adorable animals roaming the streets. His good deeds continued, and 3 years later, the number of strays reached over 20. The small space couldn't fit them all, so he rented a room for them to play freely. But caring for so many strays put a big strain on his finances, with medical and food expenses piling up. Luckily, a cat food brand noticed his videos and sponsored him, greatly easing his burden. Now he's rescuing one of those strays' kittens. He has deep feelings for these animals and is truly doing his best to save them. Half an hour later, the baby finally started breathing on its own. He did a few more rounds of artificial respiration, hoping for a quicker recovery. Minutes later, the kitten finally made a sound. His efforts paid off. He couldn't help but give it a kiss. He personally fed the kitten milk, took care of it carefully, hoping it would grow up healthy. Let's send our blessings their way.